Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Vilapa Kusumanjali verse 90. O Devi, when will I shyly lower my head in the assembly, as you are requested by Lalita Devi, to lovingly read some beautiful romantic poetry to me? Notes. In the previous verse, Tulsi learned singing from Swamini, and in this verse, she wants to learn Rasika poetry from her. Swamini molds Tulasi as she wants it. She will serve her Priyatam through this maidservant and thus make him happy. And at the same time, she blesses her maidservant with devotional service. In Vrindavan Mahimamrita it is said, the maidservants know innumerable arts through the training of her Sri Ishwari. They also relish the love of the Sakhis. Means they are the object of the mercy of the Sakhis also. The leader of all the Sakhis, Lalita Devi, asks Radhika, Sakhi, read some divine Rasika poetry to Tulasi. Train her just as you like. So Swamini teaches Tulsi some poetry that she can later, at a proper moment, expertly recite to the Yugala Kishore, who are fond of good poetry. There are so many services for which poetry must be learned. Shri Yugala goes rambling in the forest. Not only does the maidservant soften their pathway by throwing flowers, but she also immerses Shyam in an boundless ocean of bliss by singing self-made songs to him about the glories of Swamini. O Swamini, when you are rambling in the forest, I will glorify you with songs. I will make the path over with which you walk soft and fragrant by scattering flowers, and together with your girlfriends, I will shower flowers in all directions and at every step. While your lover decorates you with handmade floral necklaces, armlets, earrings, and crowns, I will again adorn you with flower-like self-made poems, and I will also make your Rasika Sakhis relish that poetry. The Kinkaris know the desires on the minds of the Yugala Kishore, and they serve them accordingly by reading the appropriate Rasika poetry to them. Tulasi thinks, how many maidservants don't you have? Why are you asking me this in particular? She becomes shy and lowers her head when Swamini calls her to learn beautiful and sweet poetry from her. the more one experiences Swamini's mercy, the more one's Swarup will awaken. Unfortunately, my Swarup is sleeping, being lullabied by external affairs, being asleep. Even if I could just spend the day thinking I am Sri Radha's maidservant, it could be attained. How affectionately Swamini calls. Tulsi, won't you read? From now on you should come every day for learning poetry from me. Swamini has written these poems herself and about herself, because Divya Rasa, divine flavors of love, are nowhere else but in her. Shri Radha Mohan are the divine hero and heroine, and their pastimes are called Divya Ras. There is no poetry as rasika as this. The authors of the scriptures on transcendental rasa and bhakti rasa consider the rasa which is aimed at in mundane poetry to be the products of materialistic minds, and therefore consisting of the three modes of material nature, or maya. Srimad Jiva Goswami clearly writes in his pretty Sandarbha, the happiness gotten from worldly rati is only slight, and after due consideration ends in misery. The rasa that comes from worldly vibhavs, excitements, is not to be cherished. Swamini uses the names of another hero and heroine in her romantic poems and reads them to her maidservant Tulasi, knowing her to be her closest confidante. She will not keep anything hidden in them, and she feels very happy while revealing these secrets to her maidservants. Means Swamini likes to share this, because she knows that her maidservants will again serve with this. Her maidservants will use this again to increase the feelings of herself and Shyam when they are meeting, or when Swamini is alone, to increase her feelings of separation or to make her feel united. Many different ways she will be using, because her nature is always to be in the service mode and never in the mood of ego or any kind of mundane consciousness. While Sriman Mahaprabhu danced before the cart of Lord Jagannath during the Ratha Yatra at Puri, he sang this verse, Ya Kaumarahara Sa Eva Hi Vara. It's from the Kavya Prakasha, about a mundane hero and heroine, and is quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 13. No one else but Swarup Damodar could understand the transcendental meaning of Bhagavad Ras the Lord found in this verse. When Srimad Rupa Goswami heard this verse from the Lord's divine mouth, he understood and felt the Lord's inner bhav, and revealed it by writing the verse, Priyaso Yam Krishna, he is my beloved Krishna. When the Lord found this verse on a palm leaf on the roof of Haridas Thakur's pet's cottage, he asked Rupa, "No one could understand the meaning of my verse. How did you know the feelings on my mind?" Seeing this, he bestowed great mercy upon Sri Rupa and showed the verse to Swarup Damodar. In amazement, the Lord asked Swarup Damodar, "How did Rupa know what was on my mind?" Swarup Damodar replied, "I know that only someone who has received your grace can know what is on your mind." The Lord said, "I am satisfied with him." He embraced Sri Rupa and empowered him completely, saying, "He is qualified to understand the confidential rasa. Tell him everything about the glories of these confidential flavors." These Rupa and Tulasi from Braja are there in Gaura Lila, Rupa and Raghunath Das. That is why Swamini is so happy to reveal her inner feelings to them. As the teacher is, so is the pupil. Tulsi learns these poems after one single hearing. How beautiful it is to learn this poetry from her and to recite it. "I am your maidservant, and you will mold me with your own hands." She is well educated in all the sciences that Srimati has taught her, and thus she will become expert in Rasika services. Rasika services are all these services that are helping Radha and Mohan to increase their feelings for each other, with each other, or without each other. The relish of devotional services that lead to the blissful meeting of Shri Shri Radha Mohan is the very means of subsistence of all the mantras. And in these duties, the use of poetry is required. Viharahini Radha is Swamini suffering separation from Krishna. Tulasi then goes out to bring Krishna, and she is poetically describing Swamini's sorrow to him, to urge him to quickly come and meet her. "Oh Mohan, are you here? There is your Priyaji separated from you." Oh Mohan, afflicted Radhika, is as if merged in thoughts about you, being afraid of Cupid's arrows. The southern winds that are cooler than sandalwood pulp and moonbeams appear to be as hot as snake poison to her. How much she is suffering, being separated from you. Then Tulasi goes back to Swamini and encourages her to go and meet Shyam by reciting the following poem from Gita Govinda. "Oh Nitambini, don't delay your rendezvous with the Lord of your heart. Put on your most enchanting dress, which is the essence of all Rasika joy. Vanamali Krishna, who wears a garland of forest flowers, dwells in the forest on the bank of the Jamuna, where a gentle breeze blows. There he will massage you with his restless hands. The Sakis also teach songs to the maidservants, but the teachings of Swamini are the greatest of all. We can experience that Swamini accepts us through the merciful introduction of Sri Gurudev. Means when Sri Gurudev has accepted us and has given us our Ekadash bhavs, all the indications of our mood, our service, our dress. And he has given us this to meditate, and he has received it from Swamini. So that means Swamini has accepted us. And when will you make me learn it in Rasika poetry? Oh Devi Radhe, Shri Radhe, everyone in Brajamandala says that you are fondly cherished by Lalita, who accept me as one of your maidservants. Please, keep this helpless girl that I am by your lotus feet, seeing that I lower my head out of shyness. When will you lovingly use sweet words to teach me divine rasic poetry? Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Go.